Hey Carenza, when do you suppose you'll get home today?
Huh? I had already completed my job for the day. I'm going to leave for home. Did something happen?
Is that? That's fantastic, it's nice that you can go so early. That will be really beneficial.
Huh? What are you on about?
So, since my parents are moving in with us this weekend, could you please help us clean up?
Wait, what? What are you on about?
I'm sorry, I guess I forgot to tell you, didn't I?
You almost forgot? I'm totally lost here. Is this some sort of joke? You're not being serious, are you? You're telling me they're going to live with us? Like, indefinitely?
That's what being present with us entails. I imply that it's not like it's a big deal, is it? After all, we do have a rather large house.
No, wait a minute. We constructed this place for both of us, did not we? We've only lived in this house for a month. Why on earth would you invite your parents to live with you? In addition to that, you didn't ever speak with me before making your decision. Why wouldn't you consult with me before doing everything so drastic?
Well, it's my folks, so I assumed there wasn't much to talk about. I didn't anticipate any difficulties.
Are you insane? Of course, there is an issue. For beginnings, you can't just make a significant decision on your own and attempt to brush it off with everything. It'll be okay, or anything. Besides that, I was never in favor of their simply living with us. In fact, just the contrary. In case you missed it, I expressly stated that I did not want your parents to live with us once we married.
So, you see, about that, remember how you were abroad on business last weekend?
Yes? What do you think?
So, my family came to stay with me while you were away, hee hee.
What? You never even requested whether that was okay with me. Not only the fact that but several of our belongings had moved by the moment I returned. Despite this, you claimed you had no clue what may have happened. So you're saying you flat out lied to me?
I wasn't kidding. I had no idea what had happened.
All I'm aware of is that my mom cleaned everything up, so everything must have ended up tidy and orderly. Don't just dump housekeeping on someone else, he doesn't live here. You are capable of doing it yourself. Honestly, I can't believe you just let your family remain without even informing me of what's going on.
Hey, I told you, so it's alright, isn't it?
What in the hell makes you think that'll suffice? Naturally, it isn't. It's far too late to start informing me about it after the fact.
In any case, they remained here for a few of nights. They were saying how much they enjoyed the house while they were here. You know, hearing it from them made me really pleased.
And what about?
So, I assured them that it was alright for them to reside here, and they were overjoyed. For one thing, their ancient residences began to show their age, and my older sister just divorced and moved in with them. Their quarters have become quite crowded in recent years. So, assuming that everything would work out well, we arranged for them to move in.
No. This is merely selfishness on both your and your family's side. What makes you believe you can make such a choice without first talking with me? Don't forget that I also reside in that house. I am entitled to a say in this. What is the point of it all?
Oh, please stop whining. Aren't I telling you about it now? What's the big deal about it? We have an open room for them to utilize, as well as everything else. That's the room we decided to use as a guest room. Don't you recall?
I'm not sure what makes you believe it's okay to be that selfish.
What's the big deal?
I shouldn't even have to describe what's wrong with it, it should be clear. Anyway, when I come home, we'll speak about it with them.
What? Why do we have to do this? That is simply inconvenient.
Oh, it's simply a bother to you? You do understand you brought this entire mess on yourself, right?
Well, there's not much I can say about it, but
You are not required to say anything. We're discussing it with them. Or, more accurately, I am going to reject the entire proposal. Any oppositions?
actually, that's correct. I can't really say no right now.
What?
If we were only a couple of minutes late, perhaps something might be done. However, my parents have already begun the process of selling their home.
Please excuse me. What are you on about?
So, I believe you'll just have to get accustomed to residing with them. You're not going to throw them out on the sidewalk, are you? And, after all, you're my wife. There's not a lot more you truly require to say, is there? You don't have the authority to do so anyhow.
Despite the fact that this is my home,
What difference does it make? You must respect your hubby. Understand your place. You're my wife, so follow my orders.
this is utterly absurd.
What's up, Carenza? Are you still certain about us moving in? Why you don't understand us?
What are you on about, Grain? I assumed that the entire plan of living together had been scrapped.
You're kidding, right? If you are, you have a fairly terrible one.
It's not a joke. Have you heard anything about it from Asher?
You don't believe you can just chuck away your husband's relatives, do you? Even for someone as frigid as you must recognize that's impossible.
What exactly does that imply?
I don't think you really get the situation here. Our house will be sold next month. We have no option but to move in with you, whether you like it or not. I believe it is best if you quit being so selfish and simply accept that we are moving in. Don't you think it would be simpler?
That, however, does not appear to be the issue here. Please speak with Asher about it.
Yes, I have, and he and our parents have already consented to live together.
Please excuse me?
Stop seeming surprised. The only thing left to determine is when we will move in. So quit being such a jerk and just take it, you self-centered jerk.
So you believe it's appropriate to use such words with me now? I'd like it if you could at least behave civilly.
What? I'm the person who's rude. You are the one that is being overly selfish here.
Huh?
You only live in your partner's house because he graciously permits you to. Don't you believe it would be better to stop talking about yourself? You must obey your husband's family as his wife.
Which era do you believe that we're in where you ought to just do everything you say?
Stop arguing and tidy up so we are unable to move into a pigsty. Goodbye.
So, what time are you planning to get home today? I would not like you to be startled when you return, however.
What surprised you? It's not like you haven't surprised me recently.
Well, given how irrational you are about having your family move in. I spoke with them, and we elected to move in nonetheless.
Are you sure?
So, what were you expecting? You're doing nothing except whining about the situation. And keep in mind that they won't have a place to reside very soon. Consider what I needed to go through in this situation, with your moaning on one end and my family losing their home on the other. I found myself between a solid object and a hard place.
That's all there is to it. I've reached the conclusion of my rope.
Oh, don't say anything like that. What are you on about?
I overheard you on the phone with your relatives. You're not very skilled at concealing stuff like that. As a result, I heard you mention the date you plan to move in. Of course, you did all of this without ever mentioning it to me, let alone getting my approval. If you had been willing to change your opinion even little, I believe we could have made something work, but you didn't. You simply tried to bulldoze over my emotions, utterly dismissing me as if I had no voice in the matter. As a result, I filed for divorce.
What exactly are you talking about? Is a divorce truly necessary?
You did have your divorce paperwork ready, didn't you? You said it clearly. You reasoned that having them ready to surrender would be beneficial in case either of us grew weary of the other. You also stated that you would not mind if they were submitted at the last minute.
Ha! Was it really me who said that?
I have our messages regarding it as proof. Do you want to see them?
No, I don't require their presence, but what do you mean, you filed for divorce?
It means just what I said. I'm sorry, is that notion too difficult for your feeble mind to grasp? We are no longer linked in any manner because we are divorced. So I'd recognize it if you and your family could all leave my house. Immediately.
What? Did you really simply decide to divorce me without even getting my permission? What in the heck are you doing?
What is it? Sorry. I'm not sure whether I heard you right. Let me try to get things straight. The gentleman who recently relocated his entire family into my home without permission from me is wondering why I would do such a thing. Am I mistaken? Accept it. We've separated. You drafted the divorce paperwork in the first place.
But wait, moving in with my family and getting divorced are two whole different things.
Oh. And how do they differ? I'm the one who got the mortgage for this property. The house is all mine and mine alone. Did you forget about that? It could have been different if you had paid so much percent for the house, but you did nothing.
Sure, I didn't pay anything for the house, but I still have to pay the bills, don't I?
Yes, you pay for the utilities, and that's all.
But doesn't that still affect things?
Oh, it alters everything, doesn't it? What about the fact that you've been seeing another lady behind my back?
Ha!
What do you mean I didn't know? I warned you. You're bad at concealing information from me. I almost always know what you're thinking before you do. You've been attempting to steal my house after I worked so hard and spent so much of my funds to get it constructed. You intended to bring your family in, chase me out, and then have your mistress move in with you. Is there anything I've forgotten?
What are you on about? No way would I try something like that. To begin with, I'm not even lying to you.
Do you honestly believe you can say that now, of all times? I understand you've been dating her for nearly 8 months.
What?
I've also been gathering proof for quite some time. You know, just in case. But I can't say I expected us to split in this manner.
What exactly do you mean by simply in case?
Of course, for when I'm demonstrating why you shouldn't receive any cash from me following the divorce. I mean, my divorce isn't going away anytime soon, so you might attempt to swindle some money out of me in this process. However, I may be able to persuade you to compensate me with the things you've done. I'll discuss it with my lawyer.
What are you talking about? Are you going to be attempting to steal my money? Stop tampering with me. I haven't even agreed to the divorce. This is simply you doing whatever you want.
What is it now? I couldn't comprehend how you could act as if you have a voice in who lives in the house I created. You made it appear to your family that you were the person who had the home developed, and you've also been cheating on me. You are the most repulsive slime of the hell I have ever encountered.
But wait, it wasn't my intention at all. Do you understand how uncomfortable it is to announce that my wife constructed the house?
Was it too difficult to confess for your macho pride? Does it bother you that your house was built by a woman? You sounded as though he expected me to be meek and obedient, not to mention do whatever you say. Are you so trapped in the past that admitting that your wife can assist you is painful? What do you think? Don't even respond to it. I don't care anymore, and the response would probably disgust me. We're no longer married. We no longer have anything in common. You also have no authority over that house and never have. So, would you mind just getting you and your family out of the house?
What? Seriously? But my family has only recently moved in. We just accomplished all of that labor, and now you want us to go?
I'm sorry, but I don't see how I'm connected to what you're complaining about. You're the one that moved in without my permission, aren't you? I'll warn you now, I haven't got much patience with your whining. Would you rather I contacted the cops and had you arrested for trespassing?
What? What are you on about? You're threatening to have us arrested. I'm not sure why you continue to say stuff like this. Please, please, please stop. I mean, it would be okay if I continued to reside here, right?
What are you on about? We've separated. Certainly not.
What about my family? Please allow them to stay for a short time. Take a look at the timetable here. Asking them to get out now would be far too harsh.
Nope. I will have no choice but to contact the police if you do not leave the house shortly.
Take a good look at what it is that you are saying. Just relax, Karenza.
Oh, I'm absolutely composed. You are the one who is concerned, not me. I have no reservations about arresting you for this. But there's nothing to be worried about if you just stop moaning and leave the home, isn't there? At the very least, the cops are no longer a threat. I'll notify your firm of the date and time of the hearing so you have no reason concerns about anything.
You're going to send anything to my office? Do not continue. Don't you think that you're going too far with this?
So, what else would I put it? I'm not sure what your next address will be, since your family has already sold their home. Do you have another address where I should mail the notice? I mean, I'm going to write them an official notice about how you were cheating on me regardless. Isn't your mistress your coworker? I suppose your firm has a policy on the subject. Don't you understand? I've done my homework.
All that you are able to do now is be sorry for what you've done. I'm already kicking myself. I apologize. But you don't recall, do you? My family recently sold their home. Given that, don't believe it's cruel to chase us out in this manner.
Oh. Do you desire me to consider their situation? You're saying to me that the guy who cheated on me and attempted to seize my home. This is where I'll say goodbye, since I would much rather not cope with your pleading any longer.
But wait.
Have fun looking for a house. This time, try hanging on to it a bit longer. It was a difficult situation to cope with my now ex-husband attempting to steal my home to keep himself and his family, but I made it through. I think the prospect of getting jailed was enough for him since there was no evidence of him, his family, or his belongings when I arrived home that day. Over the next year, I began seeing someone else, and we recently moved in together. We're even thinking about getting married. Despite the fact that I haven't been hearing any more from Asher or his family, he has never banned me on social media. As a result, I learned that he was abandoned by his mistress and that his family is trapped renting a modest 2-bedroom apartment. Do you still have work? I apologize if I'm bothering you, but it appears like you're running late today. But couldn't you have contacted me or something to let me know you were running late? I recognize that you are busy, but I am concerned about you.
Oh, you're here. Yes, it wasn't so much that I couldn't as it was that I didn't want to text you at all.
You didn't want to speak to me, did you? Why, what's happening?
Nothing. Just don't want to speak with you. You shouldn't be concerned since I won't be returning there in the future. Never again do I wish to enter that house with your gloomy face. I've discovered a location that is so much cozier and a person who gets me. I'm currently en route to replace it. Morella is her name. To be honest, she's a class above you. She really is remarkable, and her father is a CEO.
You say, what? Are you informing me about your girlfriend in this sitting? You're boasting about your girlfriend to your wife?
It's true, haha, why not? I'm head over heels for Morella. Why can't I express my joy about that?
Could you perhaps take a moment to rewind? I don't understand. What is going on?
I assumed I had been clear. Morella is her name. She is the daughter of a CEO, and she is quite wealthy. She's adorable, too. She is amazing, and God, she smells so good. She has this incredibly fluffy, fuzzy vibe. She's unmarried, has no children, and has no debt, unlike you. She is also educated, and her parents are active members of society. The best lady I've ever met!
She is educated, thus I must be a decent person toward you. I didn't ask to learn more about her, I assure you. How could you do this? I questioned. Were you trying to make me feel bad? Simply said, I have no idea what you are thinking. Did you decide to defame my parents while admitting your adultery?
Have I lied? Your mother is still in poverty, and you grew up with nothing? In other words, you had a single mother raise you.
Is it the only time you've ever considered my family? Do you believe that because my mother raised me all by herself, my family is useless because I am poor?
Maybe not all, though. But yes, yours. Just take a look at how you hold yourself and how you speak. You were a poor child.
How could you say that, even if you did think that? Much less your wife, to anyone? You are incredible.
Your mother has never once been observed wearing designer clothing. Never once. How in the heck is she not poor? Furthermore, you don't even care about Gucci or Louis Vuitton, do you? That just serves as evidence that you were not raised surrounded by those things and do not understand what quality is.
How could you possibly infer someone's upbringing from their preferences? How much money I have or what I wear really doesn't matter. You're being very harsh right now.
I'm simply being honest with you. Why must you be so agitated all the time?
You're attempting to blame me for this? Our lives are being destroyed by you.
You see, this is why I find you so annoying. You constantly lose it over the little things. This isn't that little, but still. You're undoubtedly shocked that I found someone who is significantly superior to you. I understand. It's probably beyond your capacity at this time. However, I don't know who would choose you above Morella, to be quite honest. I'm sorry, but you'll just have to let me go.
Okay, good. It's shocking to learn that my spouse has been having extramarital affairs, but that isn't what I'm referring about. You are treating me so horribly, not to mention my mother, that I can't believe it. Have you always had that opinion?
Are you, LOL, attempting to sound like a sad heroine? Such a pain. I now plan to wed Morella, and that is the goal. Now all you have to do is acknowledge it and go.
Please pardon.
Hey, don't stress over it. The settlement will be sent to you all at once. Okay with direct deposit?
Hold on. Don't simply make decisions for both of us. And why did you ever get married to me in the first place if you've always had that opinion of my family?
I don't know, I guess. You took care of things around the house and appeared really put together. Simply said, it was simpler to accept it.
You scoundrel, you know that marriage isn't something that has to be fixed by spending money on it.
Oh, stop talking immediately. I'm promising to pay everything at once. That also includes losses. That entails accepting responsibility, correct? Geez, is there anything about which you cannot gripe? You should be grateful for receiving any trailer garbage at all.
You are an evil person.
Whatever. Anyway, I'll sign the divorce papers tonight and deliver them to you the following day. Please sign them, then good night.
Are you crazy? You can't just divorce your spouse like that. We should discuss this.
What? How could I? You're so irritating that I can hardly stand to text you. Without a doubt, I'm not coming to meet you. There's nothing to discuss because I won't change my viewpoint. Now that I'm going to hang out with Marilla, bye.
Hold on, hold on. Why are you acting this way? I've submitted the divorce paperwork even though you won't return my calls or texts, no matter how many times I try, David.
Finally, even though you could have finished it a little earlier. I was certain you were being clingy since you were taking so long, but at least you got it in.
Just a lot going on at work. I have no attachment to you. I've also been relocating, which is difficult. I have to deal with the fact that the new apartment is unfurnished. As soon as I had a moment to breathe, I finished them.
It's adorable. You act as though you never had anything essential to do. You know, I wouldn't have cared if you had stayed there.
Living in the same location I used to with my ex-husband just feels weird, even though the house is in your name. Additionally, I don't want you to come weeping back to me.
What? I'd never want to rekindle my relationship with you. Are you insane?
Only in case. I want to rule out any possibilities.
There's absolutely no way to calm your nerves, all right? No, 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 oh my god. You must really have a thing for me, huh?
Okay. If I were, I suppose I'd stay put, but more likely than not, you're simply making assumptions.
Ah! Whatever!
If not, I would disclose my new address to you. Which I most certainly won't. Oh, and I made sure I received the entire money you promised, so I can assure you that we are finished.
Huh. You are essentially a frigid fish, then. You fall short once more to Morella.
If I cared about your view of me at all, then it may matter to me.
Everything you say.
I just want you to know that I share your sentiments, regardless of how absurd you may think it is that you could ever wish to rekindle your relationship. And this, Morella, what was it? The daughter of the CEO likes her. Please. That will make both of us happier.
Hi, Vera. I wanted to share something happy with you.
Oh, congratulations on finding the wife of your dreams.
Thanks, but why are you congratulating me in such a sarcastic tone?
Really? I was just kidding around. You know, it's not easy to find a perfect spouse these days.
That's true, but I heard you say that my second wife had been married before. How did you know that?
One of my old friends used to date her and told me about it.
So she revealed my secret to you? I can't believe this.
Don't get angry, David. I was just joking around. My ex-husband has no right to judge me or anyone else.
Please don't joke like that anymore. I can't believe you said that.
Your sense of humor is still ahead of you, David. Don't be too serious and forget about it.
Shut up! So, I take it you heard the news? A new wife!
Little Miss CEO's daughter got divorced. Am I right?
Yeah, I know. And I'm her ex-husband. But don't worry, we're doing fine now.
Really? You guys seem to be handling it well. I also heard she had a big debt before, but it seems like you've paid it off.
Yes, we have. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter to me how much money we spent as long as we're happy.
Well, congratulations then.
Thanks! In fact, I just proposed to Morella earlier today, and she said yes.
Wow, I guess you've been waiting for this day for a while, huh?
Maybe a little bit. But you know how it is, she only said yes because of all the money I threw at her.
Yeah. Right. Tell me a romantic story, David.
I can't wait to enjoy our honeymoon after the wedding. I have my amazing girlfriend with me.
Oh, really? I'm so bored of hearing about your love life, it makes me nauseous.
I think you're just jealous. I gave her 10,000 roses and a 24-carat diamond ring. It was so romantic. Plus, when her dad retires, I'll take over his company. I'm already the CEO of a $100 million company, so the ring was nothing.
That's nice, David. But please spare me the details. So, what are your plans for the honeymoon?
We're thinking of going to Hawaii or maybe Europe. We haven't decided yet, but wherever we go, it's going to be fabulous.
Sounds wonderful. But do you really think you'll get promoted to the director replacing Morella's father?
What do you mean? Definitely, because I have the wife of the CEO, so we will replace her father in the future. That's obvious. The right thing I did was divorce her, lol. Don't hope I come back to you. Morella and I are in love.
Totally agree. But there's something I'm not sure if I should share or not because it's really shocking.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Her father's company is just a fake one.
Surprised, how do you know this? Don't try to fool me.
I'm really worried about you. Do you not know what your job is, or do you just sign contracts that others sign without understanding anything? And she is not the daughter, but only the ex-wife of the CEO's son, that's all.
She isn't?
That's right. I heard the CEO say that the director position is just a fake company she set up to cheat you out of your investment.
I don't believe it. Are you lying to me to get back together? Forget it.
I just want you to know the truth. You can check and confirm these pieces of information.
I can't believe I was fooled like that. Aren't you ashamed?
I'm sorry if I made you sad. But I think you should know the truth sooner rather than later facing unpredictable consequences.
How did you know about my affair with him?
Don't be foolish, David. I am not your friend. You are just a little ant to me.
My apologies, I got confused. But how do you know about this?
I don't need your money, David. By the way, I want to remind you that I am his granddaughter and of course, I inherited 20% of the total amount in his will.
20% stake? Since when?
Recently, David. When I heard about Morella, I felt sorry for your fate.
Can we go back, Vera?
Go back? That's not in my dictionary, David. I'd rather buy a dog as a friend than go back to you. Don't you love Morella? Keep it and use it.
I have changed my mind. I still love you. Let's get married again, Vera.
Don't be foolish. Do you think I'm inferior? I already have a new worthy boyfriend. Goodbye, David, the slave of money.
Vera, everything is just misleading.
Oh, I forget it. Maybe you should know this a bit soon. Yes, actually. After we signed up for our marriage registration, I realized that I forgot to mention something important. Morella owes $1 million, and they might be contacting us a lot in the future.
What?
Oh wow, that's a lot of money. Do you know why she owes so much? But I think it has to do with her business. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know so we can be prepared for any calls or messages from them.
Vera, I want to apologize for everything that happened between us. I know I was wrong, and I deeply regret my actions. Please, give me another chance.
The trust is broken, and I can't find it in my heart to give you another chance.
But people make mistakes, and I'm willing to make amends. Please, let's work things out. Give me the opportunity to show you that I've changed.
David, you were my ex-husband, and that doesn't give you any entitlement to my forgiveness or any part of my life. I've moved on, and I don't want to revisit the pain you caused.
But Vera, according to the divorce settlement, I'm entitled to a share of the assets. It's only fair that I receive what is rightfully mine.
Fair. David, you must be joking. I can assure you that you won't get a single penny from me. The consequences of your actions go beyond material possessions.
You can't just dismiss our history like that, Vera. We were married, and there are legal obligations to consider.
Yes, we were married, and the divorce settled those obligations. But as for any financial claims, you should know better. You made choices that led to our separation, and I have no intention of rewarding that behavior.
Fine, have it your way. But remember, Vera, karma has a way of catching up with people.
Please. I'm not concerned about karma, David. I'm focused on my own happiness and moving forward. I suggest you do the same.
Then, he realized that his new wife had tricked him into a large debt. All of his accumulated assets were gone. He begged for help from me, and of course, I treated him like I lived in the past as a wife he treated and helped him out with $100. I decided to move on and find new happiness instead of staying with him.
Hi, I just got home. Are you coming home yet?
Sorry, I'm working overtime. Don't wait for me, just eat dinner.
Got it. You've been working overtime a lot recently.
I was assigned to a new project, but it's not going as smoothly as I expected. I'm sorry for making you do the housework when we both work.
Don't worry about it, I understand. I can come home earlier than you and cook. I'm not very good at cleaning though.
I'll clean the house on weekends.
Thank you, that'd be helpful.
Bella, I have something I have to tell you.
Yeah? You have something to tell me?
I was gonna tell you when I get home. But I don't know what time I'll be home, so I'll just tell you right now.
What is it?
My parents want to live with us.
What? They want to live with us? We promised when we got married that we were never going to live with either of our parents.
I know, but I don't know why, but they said they want to live with us. I guess they're worried about living alone by themselves because they're old.
My parents worry about it too. What did you say to them?
I told them we were not gonna live with them. Then they told me to think about it.
All right. But you're going to say no, aren't you?
I am, but my parents tend to rush through things.
Do they? I got the impression from them that they want to maintain a reasonable distance from us.
We've been married for only 2 years, you know. You don't really know my parents yet. We only see them a few times a year.
We indeed don't see them as often despite us living pretty close to each other. But I think I'm getting to know them well. They don't seem to be the kind of people who would want to live with us all of a sudden.
No, you don't know them yet. My parents bring up ideas out of nowhere. And they are persistent. Once they do, then make sure to say no.
Then make sure to say no. Tell them we're not going to live with either of our parents. It might have been just a thought.
But they told me to think about it. I think they're serious.
Tell them no even so. You wouldn't want to suddenly start living with my parents, would you?
Your parents live in a different state.
What if they moved here?
I'd be surprised, but
You would be, right? Just tell them no, okay? I might leave home if you don't.
please, don't. I'll make sure to tell them we're not living together.
Talk to them tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I don't want to keep their hopes up. I think you should give them an answer soon. The longer we make them wait, the higher they will get their hopes up.
I got it. I'll stop by their house on my way home from work tomorrow.
Do you want me to come with you?
It's fine. It would be awkward. I'll tell them no. Bella, sorry to disturb you at work.
That's okay. I have some free time. I was just eating lunch.
My parents invited me and I went to their house. I'm sorry.
What?
They're going to live with us.
What? You refused a month ago.
They seem to have not given up.
I can't live with them. What do you mean by they are going to live with us? Why did you decide by yourself? I told you I don't want to live with them.
I can't say no now. I'm so sorry.
I can't say no now. I can't live with them. I'll have to do more housework if we live together. I'll have to cook more often. But we both work. I can't do everything.
You don't need to worry about that. My mom said she's going to help you out. She's going to do housework, so you don't need to worry about doing the housework.
I'm worried about living with them.
But dinner will be ready when we get home. You like my mom's cooking, didn't you?
I did. But that doesn't mean I can live with them. Let me talk to them.
I told you the decision is final. We can't do anything to change it.
Why?
My parents are remodeling their house. They will make it a two-family house.
They already decided without my consent?
They said they would break off relations with us if we don't live with them.
Hold on. That's way too selfish. That's such a one-sided demand.
I'm sorry.
If they threaten me like this, I would rather have them break off relations with me.
Wait. I don't want to break off relations with my parents.
But that's what they asked for. I can't agree with their demand this way.
What if we just try living with them for a short time? We'll move out if you don't like living with them.
I feel like we'll end up living with them forever once we do.
I'm the only child, so I'm worried about them. You have an older brother.
That's true, but what does this have to do with this? I can't just say yes right now.
I will support you too.
Recently you have not been spending time at home.
My work should settle down by the time we start living with our parents. So, please, think of it as my duty as a son. I already paid for the remodeling. We can't say no now.
What? Are we paying for the remodeling? Did she withdraw money from her account without my permission?
I couldn't make them pay for all the renovation fees. But they're paying 2/3 of the total.
You and your parents completely ignored my opinion.
It's not that I want to ignore your opinion, but why do you refuse to live with them? We could just give it a try. We don't have a child yet, and we both work. We have the advantage of my mom doing the housework.
You would think so. But I won't be able to be myself around them.
Nobody can at first.
It may be true, but I want to avoid unnecessary conflicts. Your parents and us are likely to have different lifestyles. I'm sure they can be themselves around me either. I wanted to live with you alone unless there was an urgency to live with them.
But we'll have advantages if we live with them. We don't have to pay rent anymore.
The psychological burden will be bigger than the advantages.
You'll be okay. My parents like you. I think that's why they wanted to live with you.
Okay. Give me some time.
We already decided to live together, though.
I am so confused right now. I'm still at work, so I'll think about it when I'm calm. Are you home already?
No, I'm going to see my friend.
I got it.
We'll be out for drinks, so I'll get home around 8 p.m.
I wanted to discuss the matter with you.
I'll listen when I'm home. But I can't stop my parents now. I'm sorry, but I need you to be ready to live with them.
Hi, Kaylee. It's Bella. I'm sorry to bother you.
Hi, Bella. It's been a while. Don't worry, you're not bothering me at all. I'm going to order dinner tonight, so I'm just relaxing at home.
Sounds nice. There's something I wanted to talk to you about. Is it about?
It is about us living together?
Yes. About that, I'm not sure if this is the right time. Andrew and I would be further away from where we work. There would be a burden on you if we lived together. I wouldn't be able to do the chores as much. I hate to cause you trouble, so would you please rethink living together?
Huh? Why would you want me to rethink? Wasn't it your idea for us to live together?
What? My idea.
That's what Ethan said. We've been thinking over the past month. It's not so common for two families to live together nowadays. Plus, I don't have good memories living with my parents-in-law. I never wanted to do it again. That's why I refused Ethan's proposal at first.
What? But didn't you say you would break off relations if we refused to live together? That's what Ethan told me.
Isn't that what you said? You couldn't tolerate my son making you do all the housework. And you said you would get a divorce unless we lived together and reduce your burden.
I never said that. Ethan talked to me about us living together. And I told him to refuse your proposal because it was not the right time for us. But then today, he told me about having already decided to live together and how he paid for the remodeling.
Ethan told us both that we wanted to live together? Something is not right.
I think so too.
He tried to trick us into living together. I have no idea why. Why would he do such a complicated thing?
Could you please not say anything to Ethan about this? Have you really paid the remodeling fees already?
Ethan was going to arrange a remodeling. And we were going to pay for everything.
Did she already give him the money?
Not yet.
Then please delay the payment and don't give him any money. I will try to get to the bottom of this.
Okay. Let me know if there's something I can do.
I will, thank you. Ethan, what time are you coming home?
I'll catch the last train. What's up?
About living with your parents.
Are you still against it? You agreed to it the other day. I can't do anything even if you change your mind now.
That's not what I wanted to say. I was wondering how the remodeling was going. Have you already found the contractor?
Oh, about that. I already found one, but we have to have more meetings before the construction. So they haven't started the construction yet.
Oh yeah. And where's the remodeling fee? The 1/3 of the contractor fee that we paid.
What? I paid the contractor already.
That's strange. Your mom told me that they paid all the remodeling fees.
What? Did you talk to my mom?
Of course I did. They paid 2/3 of the remodeling fee. I should thank them. Then your mom said they were going to pay for everything. Why did you withdraw money from our account?
They were short on budget. I felt bad to ask my parents for more money. So I withdrew money from our account.
Where are you now?
Where? I'm at the office.
No, you're not. You're rented an apartment with your lover, didn't you? Didn't you withdraw the money to rent an apartment?
What? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about is my line. I hired a detective agency to spy on you 2 weeks ago.
What?
You've been cheating on me for months. You were going to make me live with your parents to get a divorce from me, weren't you? You're unbelievable. You should have said it to my face and I would have given you what you wanted.
Bella, calm down.
I am calm.
I'm not cheating on you. I was just helping a friend move into a new place. This is a misunderstanding.
Are you going to keep lying to me? I have proof.
What proof?
The pictures of you and your lover holding hands and walking out of your new apartment. Oh, I also have the audio recording of you and your lover. Whichever it is, I have the proof to prove you're guilty.
I'm sorry, Bella. This is a huge misunderstanding. I was just meeting someone. I wasn't having an affair.
Huh? If a married man sees another woman, it's an affair.
We went out a few times. We weren't even that close. I'll break up with her now. So don't get a divorce from me.
You're the one who wanted a divorce. You thought I would leave home if you forced me to live with your parents. You were planning to spend less time at home once we started living with your parents, weren't you? I got the audio recording of you and your lover talking about it.
Why?
You two were walking outside and blapping. You know, on the way home from a barbecue restaurant a week ago.
Damn.
You really went out of your way to lie and avoid being a bad guy. I am so sick of you.
Bella, I'm sorry. But I will break up with her. We've been fighting a lot recently, and I realized we have different values.
Do you want to break up with her and start over with me?
I would love that. You don't have to live with my parents. To be honest, she's nothing compared to you. She is young, but that's it. And she's too dependent.
It sounds like you're saying I'm not as attractive as the woman who has nothing more than youth. Don't you insult me anymore.
I'm not. I've been feeling regretful lately. I didn't want to divorce you.
Oh, really? But you still live with her, don't you? You were not going to break up with her.
No, I moved out. I broke up with her and will never see her again.
You ended your relationship in such a short time. You're still in her apartment. I know for a fact because I'm standing right outside her apartment.
No, you're not.
For your information, your parents are here too. Let us family talk it all out. I won't let you ignore my opinion anymore.
Why are my parents here? We should discuss this alone first.
No good can come from talking to you alone. You are the one who got your parents involved in the first place. Stop escaping your responsibility.
I'm sorry, Bella. I was stupid. I'm so sorry.
It's too late. Your parents and I already decided to break off relations with you anyway. You are the one who has to be ready.
After a discussion with Ethan and my parents-in-law, Ethan accepted my conditions and agreed to get a divorce. He went out of his way to hide his infidelity, so that he and his lover wouldn't be blamed for their affair and wouldn't have to pay me compensation. He wanted his parents to accept his lover after getting a divorce from me. He could have just told me that he wanted a divorce, but he was too chicken to do it either. He was a good-for-nothing man until the end, and I'm very happy to get a divorce from him. Needless to say, I had him and his lover pay the compensation. I've had him pay me back the money he withdrew from our account. Not only did he become penniless, but he also borrowed money to pay me the compensation. His lover's parents found out about their affair after she asked them to help with the compensation. Their relationship deteriorated quickly and they ended up breaking up. I'm fed up with their stupidity, but they have nothing to do with me now. I just hope to forget about them and never see them again. I let out everything I wanted to say to my ex-husband before the divorce. But I was mentally devastated when I found out about his cheating. My parents-in-law, my friends, and my parents supported me through hard times. I was able to fight until the end because of the kind-hearted people around me. I haven't gotten back to normal yet, but I'll keep in mind that I have all these people to support me. And I will stay positive and move forward step by step. There is always a rainbow after the rain. I will not give up hope and be happier than my ex-husband.
I have just completed my work and I am now heading back home.
Hi. I'll be able to finish work on time too.
Excellent. I will prepare dinner and eagerly await your arrival at home. What are your dinner preferences for this evening?
Curry!
Okay. You really love curry.
Your curry is the best. Oh, do we have any meat in the fridge? I believe my mother utilized all the meat yesterday.
I guess there's no more meat then. Since I didn't go grocery shopping yesterday, I didn't manage to acquire any meat. Can I just make vegetable curry?
What? Be real? It's chicken curry or no curry.
I got it. I know you love chicken curry. Once I arrive home, I will proceed to do the grocery shopping.
Sorry, I appreciate it.
I don't have much time to simmer it. Will you be okay with it?
That's fine. I'll eat it again tomorrow night.
Okay. Good luck with the rest of your work. Chicken curry will be waiting for you.
I will work hard for chicken curry. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Max, it's an emergency.
What? What happens? I'm going home now. Sarah is making curry for dinner tonight. Don't complain about her cooking this time, Mom.
We don't have time to talk about it. Sarah!
Sarah's what?
I'm sorry about Sarah. I can't believe she got into an accident.
It was my fault.
How could it be your fault?
I told her to make curry for dinner. Sarah went out shopping because I said I wanted chicken curry. Then she got into an accident and this is my fault.
You don't need to be so sad about it. You worry too much.
I appreciate your consolation, but I'm really not in the mood right now. Sarah died because of me.
Get a hold of yourself. Sarah wouldn't be happy if she saw you like this.
That's true, but I want to blame myself for a little longer. That is all there is left for me to do.
We have to plan a funeral too. We're also holding a wake tomorrow.
I know, but I can't get a hold of my emotions yet.
Sarah would be sad if she saw you like this. Do you want to make her sad?
I know, but I didn't expect you to console me so much. I thought you didn't like Sarah. You two weren't so close although you lived together.
I didn't dislike her. I never imagined anything like this would happen. But we have to accept reality. We can't stay sad forever.
But it happened just yesterday. I can't get over it so fast.
But you have to get over. You have many things to do.
Yeah, we have to prepare for the funeral and everything. We also have to think about the speech for the funeral.
Didn't you forget something important?
What?
The insurance. I texted you to talk about the insurance. I want to know the amount before making a big purchase.
The amounts? Big purchase? What are you talking about?
Be realistic. Your wife is dead. But it was a good thing she died in an accident.
It was a good thing. Are you out of your mind?
You'll receive the compensation and the full amount of insurance because she died in an accident. It was better than losing her due to a disease. You would have had to take care of her in that case.
Wait! Is this some kind of sick joke? I really don't have room in my mind to laugh at your jokes right now.
A sick joke? What are you talking about?
If it isn't a sick joke, what are you talking about? You're talking about the compensation and the insurance when I'm devastated. I'm disconsolate about the death of my wife. It was a good thing? Nothing about this was good. Do you consider me your family?
You're going to give us half of the money because you're our family, aren't you?
What are you reading my texts?
I am. Did you read mine?
Stop talking about it. I don't want to talk about it. Why are you talking about money right now?
We have to talk about it now. I can make a purchase unless I know how much money I'm going to get.
What? Make a purchase? By the way, where did you go? We are prepping for the funeral.
I thought I could buy a new car depending on how much money I'm going to get. I came to have a look.
Wait! Are you serious right now? Your daughter-in-law, whom you used to live with, died and you went to look at a new car while your son is preparing for the funeral?
What? It's better than feeling depressed and not doing anything like you. We have to move forward. We're alive.
I can't believe this. My biological mother is telling me such unethical things without hesitation. And acting unethically.
What? Your father is with me too.
Dad too? What are you two doing?
We've been wanting a new car. We thought the timing was perfect.
Don't you flip and know that you're not supposed to say something so inappropriate? Don't you ever say this in front of Sarah's parents. I'm so ashamed that you're my parents.
Oh well, it's a good thing you have a family. You don't have Sarah anymore, but you have us. It was too bad Sarah died in an accident. And how much is the insurance? I'll get half of it because we're family, right?
You're inhumane.
Whatever. Just give me the money.
Stop messing with me. Enough is enough. You crossed the line.
Why are you mad?
You two are the lowest of the low. You're not my family anymore. I've only had one family, Sarah. You two are just parasites that leech off my house.
That's so rude. That's not the way to talk to your parents.
Say whatever you want. I don't consider you my parents anymore. You're not my family anymore, so don't think of me as your family.
Huh? What are you talking about? We're family.
You asked me to give you half of the insurance when I was devastated. What you did is inhumane. I don't need both of you. You're not in my family anymore. Don't depend on the insurance.
Don't be so cold. So how much are you going to get? We'll split. We'll split it into thirds with me, your dad, and you.
No way. Are you insane? I won't give you a penny.
Not even a penny? You're kidding.
You're the one who's kidding, aren't you? It's only been a day since Sarah died and you're already planning to buy a new car? Are you crazy? You're the ones who's kidding, aren't you? You're a psychopath. Do you not have a heart?
Why are you calling me names? It's not our fault. It's just time to buy a new car.
How is that related to my wife dying in a car accident? You don't understand how despaired I am. Do you realize that I lost my wife?
I know. I'm sorry if I made you upset. We've been so busy thinking about buying a new car. We couldn't shift our focus. I'm sorry.
It's too late to apologize.
Why I apologized, I should be forgiven. Just tell me how much the entrance will be. That's all I need to know.
I told you already. I'm not giving you any money. Not only that, but I also need you to get out of the house.
What?
I don't want to see your face again. Pack your bags and get out.
What? Are you going to kick us out? You can do that?
Why? This is my house. Of course I can kick you out. I don't even want to see your face anymore. Get out!
Cut it out already? We're your parents. It's crazy to kick your parents out that you live with.
I only let you live with us out of charity. I didn't want to live with you two in the first place. You two had to sell your house to pay off your debts. That's the only reason I let you live with us. But I'm not going to let you live in my house anymore. Just get out.
Are you really going to kick us out? What are we supposed to do after being kicked out of the house? Where are we supposed to go?
I don't care about that. You two are in your 50s. You can still work. You're alive. Sarah can't work anymore. We can't even be with each other anymore.
Okay, just calm down. Max, don't kick us out of the house. Families should live together.
I told you I don't consider you my family anymore. I don't care if you two become homeless. Having known your cruelty, I'm so done with you. You two have thought of Sarah as a stranger.
I'm sorry that we hadn't understood how despaired you were. But let's just calm down. Blaming me won't do anything, right? I'm sorry I sent you such insensitive texts.
It was an eye-opener.
What do you mean?
My only family was Sarah. You two only depended on my income. You've never cared about me. I finally realized that you've only been taking advantage of me.
That's not true. We're a fan in unity.
We lived in unity. You always criticized Lisa's cooking and complained about it. She always laughed it off, but I felt bad for her every day.
Did you?
Who would be happy to see their loved one being criticized? I can't apologize enough to her. And I'm willing to pay for it for the rest of my life. I'll cut you two out of my life first. I won't let you two take advantage of me anymore. I can't live with heartless people. Don't come to her funeral. You're disgusting.
Don't be so harsh. We should support each other. We're a family.
The insurance is the only thing you want. You won't get any, so give it up. Bye. Don't ever pretend like we're a family. Go to hell.
Sarah, I haven't been able to accept your death. I feel like you'll reply to me again. I'll never forget about you. Thank you for having married me and been with me. Goodbye, I'll try to move forward. I love you from the bottom of my heart.
Subsequently, Max's parents attempted to forcefully enter Sarah's funeral. However, the security guards discovered them and ejected them. Consequently, Max's parents ended up without a place to live after being expelled from the premises. Despite their tears, apologies, and pleas for assistance, they received no response from Max as he remained steadfast in his choices, continuously disregarding their pleas. Although Max's complete healing would require some more time, he made the choice to embark on a new beginning, carrying gratitude and love for Sarah within his heart. He intends to sever all ties with his parents completely, and he is actively working towards moving forward, treasuring his memories with Sarah. Cutting ties with such a heartless family was likely the appropriate course of action.